Hey guys, we are back here for another video. So want to jump into this situation over at foxsoul. If you guys have heard, and I've been talking about this for a couple of days, I was trying to warm you guys up to everything that was happening at foxsoul. I had did a video earlier, I think it was yesterday, with regards to how Al was treated, but of course you guys kind of felt something a little bit different. Now it has all come out that Claudia just does not like Al. Tasha K has dropped those receipts, and baby, Claudia has responded. Claudia has definitely confirmed that she does not like Al Reynolds, so she did not lie about that. And also, she had some additional things to say. Tasha K has also released some additional receipts, and Funky Dineva has pretty much confirmed that Claudia is in fact messy, and she's definitely the reason why he did not want to no longer work at foxsoul, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump into this video.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you enable your bell notification so you do not miss out on a video or when I go live.
Down, but yeah, that episode has been taken down because, I guess Al complained about it. So I had someone that had my back like that. Yeah, what? What? Anyways. Why do you support Democrats? Well, I'm sure not gonna support the political party that wants to take away diversity and rights for women and all that kind of stuff. There's just too much wrong with the Republican Party. So, yeah. I miss you on Housewives from Brazil. Thank you. Yeah, live back on the show Monday. Yep. How do we get the Dallas reboot? Farrah Franklin, promise you don't want. I love you so much. Hey Farrah, how you doing? Gold member 225, why do you allow the white owners of foxsoul have you roast each other? Not cool. That's not what happened. And actually our entire production team is black. And we roast every single person's birthday on the cast has been roasted. And there had been some horrific things said about me before in a roast, but we laugh it off like that's what roasts are. It should only really hurt your feelings or bother you if the stuff they're saying is true. Like when it's not true, you could be like, okay, whatever. But the stuff that's true I could see how that would strike a nerve. But the white people, they did not make us pit us against each other. It's something we've been doing for years, ever since the tea started. What's up, Justin? Farrah Franklin, I gotta see you soon. Yeah. Everyone gets roasted. Like a real roast, they go. If you think our roast was mean, please look up the roast of Flavor Flav, Pam Anderson. Basically, look up any roast. Those people, you're like the look at my face. I was like, ah! That's how they be. They have you gagging every time because that's what a roast is. Recap, a kickback. Can I interview about college show? Sure. Kai, well, it's not. It's one person. A viable third party, yes. We do need a viable third party. Anthony, yes, I do. Farrah Franklin said, is a queen, and don't play with her. William the baddest is... Who knows, sir? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm going to leave it at that. It was fun watching you on Deal or No Deal Island. No, the show was on yesterday. So Al put a post out, I guess, saying that the show was canceled. And I feel like that was misleading. I think he meant whatever he does on YouTube. I've never seen the show. So people thought that there was no show. And guess what? That makes the numbers go down. Right? We had pre-taped that show on Thursday, and it was all good before the roast episode. So that show was fine. It was in the can. So it was a good show. So that show was on. I was eating food. So I think that post, whatever he posted, I don't follow him. So I think that post he posted, which was sent to me, misled people to think, well, I'm not going to even watch the show tonight or tune in because it's not on. But it was on. So, yeah, tried it. What do you think about the roast? I thought it was hilarious, and I was like, "Whoa, you went there!" And everything he said was true. Like I think that's why feelings are involved, because everything was. He basically spilled tea, but that's what a roast is. A roast tells shit that is like kind of embarrassing, and it kind of puts you on the spot. And if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't have to worry about it. So I look at it. So you don't like Al nor Funky? No, I like Funky. I think Funky's hilarious. Do I not get along with Al? Well, we used to be friends. I put him on the show. You know, we used to be friends. We haven't been friends in a long time. I will say that. And I haven't been happy with some of the behind the scenes things he's been doing. And it's been like really like shocking over the years to see, like, I didn't really know this person like I thought. But you know, I can work with anyone. I'll work. And I've had to work with people before. Unfortunately, this is a show that it was created because like we had 3 people that actually got along and like actually like talking to each other and weren't jealous and like to have fun and wanted to like see it for each other, and like we were so looking forward to being in the studio together, you know. We were so looking forward to like seeing what the show could go into, but like I think there was a lot of things folks were worrying about what other people were getting paid and if we were getting the same money, and then there was some jealousy and motherfuckers taking pictures of your car and Instagram and screenshotting it and sending it to each other and keying and being jealous and being like, oh, you got this house and you have this, and oh, we must not be getting the same money, and then being resentful. But yeah, I work so much, you guys. Like, TGIF is not my only job. Tasha K said you told Armand that. I did not. Tasha K doesn't know what the fuck is going on unless Al called her, which he probably did. I haven't spoken to Tasha. I didn't tell her all that stuff she said. She's putting 10 on 20. That is not accurate. We did have a conversation, but it wasn't like that. And it's like she's leaving out her part that she was saying, you know, but that's what people do when they run back. What you said, but I didn't have to hype Armand up. I didn't hype him up to like say this stuff. It's a roast, and he's fucking good at it. You know? Yes, it's just gonna happen early on with Al that he had to apologize to me several times. We didn't have to. You don't have to apologize to me, but he apologized to me. But I never looked at him the same. He got caught talking shit on a text, and on the text, and he had to confess, and he said some foul shit about me. And that's where the chemistry first. I'm just gonna tell it. I feel like I should say what the origin is, because I'm getting blamed for everything. And like, I've been keeping it cute for years. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to tell the story. All right. Maybe about 6-7 months into TGIF, it was so good. I was so happy. We went out together. That shit was fun as shit.
Fired. He says he was let go, but they didn't renew his contract. Okay. He was getting paid a hefty salary, $250,000 plus a year. Claudia makes about $300, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm telling the business. Okay. Al makes about $150. And, you know, it goes by popularity and the value that you bring to the show. Right. And I've always had my reservations about foxsoul and what.
It did not go by popularity. Everybody made the same exact salary, $1,000 an episode, $250,000 per year. And I, for the umpteenth time, was not let go. I opted to not renew my contract after it expired on December 22nd.
Absolutely phenomenal at what he does, and he drove that show. We had several conversations on the phone behind the scenes about him asking for more money, okay, behind Al and Claudia's back, because he felt like he drove the show. And so during negotiations, the math wasn't math. Then they said, we can't afford to give you more money, so we're going to have to end your contract and find somewhere else. He didn't.
See, now you're trying to drive a narrative that simply is not true. Number one, I would never sit on the phone and have several conversations about my money or my contract with you, of all people. Secondly, the negotiations that I had about my money were not behind Al and Claudia's back, but were within the parameters of negotiation time for my contract. Al and Claudia had a 12-month contract. I had a 6-month contract. So the reason why I was having negotiations about my money is because my contract was due to expire. The reason why I had a 6-month contract and the reason why I subsequently walked from foxsoul is because when we went from 2 days a week to 5 days a week, they cut our episodic rate. They cut us down to $1,000 an episode. The head at the network said, okay, we can't give him his same rate, but instead we will give him a 6-month contract. And at the end of 6 months, we can talk about renegotiating his contract. When those 6 months came up and they handed me the same exact contract that I had had previously, I was offended. They were not trying to budge on giving me any more money. And that is when I decided to walk, because I knew what my contribution was to this show. And as you stated later in this video, why would I sit here and build up their YouTube and split the money when I can do my own YouTube and keep all of the money? There was no firing. There's no conspiracy theory. There's no behind anybody's back. Carry on.
And so when me and Claudia had dinner, I was just like, listen, I think it should be him. Her comment to me, and I agreed, because I've had my own issues with certain black gay men, not all, mainly the Fs. Can't say that word over here. I'll definitely say it on TashaK.com. It gets too messy. And so she was already irritated with Funky, because they were going back and forth. And then she was irritated with Al. And she's like, I really don't want no more gay boys. I'm just done. I really want a heterosexual person. Down. Now, here's what has been going on. Claudia don't like Al. She personally told me. Claudia don't like Funky. She was tired of working with gay boys, specifically Fs. Per me. That ain't no allegedly on that. We had dinner. We talked about it. The same night when she told me she was friends with Jay-Z's alleged ex. That ain't here no more. She X'd off, okay? And quickly got amnesia. And so what's happening is Claudia is very messy. Claudia talks about everybody. This is why Funky got energy for her. This is why Al called Funky Dineva doing this. Play the video of him calling Funky. Let's go.
Hold on before you talk.
No,
Hold on, I'm on live.
You need to hear this on live.
Hold on, people can hear you.
I don't give a fuck.
Because here's what happened. Claudia spends a lot of time on the phone kikiing with folks that she don't really know, okay? And Armand is an easy target. You tell him something, he's going to take it in because he's an energy absorber, right? Okay? He's going to take it in and he's thinking he's going to fix the problem, but instead he don't even know when he being used. He doesn't know. Slips. They're getting paid for over $500,000 to host a show that's barely bringing in 60,000 views. That is why they had to implement a 4th guest host, because he's not strong enough. Nobody was stronger than Dineva. But then you want Claudia to pillow talk in your ear about everything that's going on, and you ain't even been on the job a full year. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And furthermore, while you're listening to Claudia, because she's friends and she likes to brag with the president of Fox, and he loves the show, he loves me, right? I get to bring as many shows as I want. We're getting syndicated, only for the show to decline.
TGIF tonight and call me back.
All right, bye.
That was a lot of information that Armand had in such a short time, which means somebody's been talking to him. The only person that talks too much is Claudia. I know. The first encounter with me, you run your mouth like liquid to me? You didn't say off the record? Me. We're talking about me here. We're not friends. We're colleagues. You talk about me on your show, I'm going to talk about you on my show. That's the dynamic of the relationship. We're not friends, right? You can take the comments down for a second. But here's where I have the problem with Armand. That was an amazing read, but it was very mean-spirited. It didn't come from a happy place. It didn't even come from a genuine place. It came from a place that sounds like you were fueled, and you're blaming Al for getting a talk show canceled when he's the one that helped to build the job that you have? You wouldn't even be able to sit there if it wasn't for Al. Al comes from TV. Despite Al having favoritism with management, he understands how to network within the television industry. Now, what you just showed as a very, very young personality to somebody that has favoritism is that you are sabotaging the show. Not only are you sabotaging the show, you're not strong enough to carry the show like Funky, and that's why they had to bring in a Lunel and a T.S. Madison, because you're refusing to do your homework. You're very great with the tongue, very slick. You can read a bitch down, right? But television is not looking for that. They're looking for people that are well vast in a vast area of topics, and they're able to appeal to a certain type of audience that understands, okay, intellectual conversations. But for you to do that, I'm like, you haven't gotten any opportunities on the red carpet yet. They haven't asked you to host Dish Nation. She hasn't even introduced you to the president that she says loves her so much. But she fueled you to go in on Al because she was too bitch to do it herself. Right? Just like when she was talking shit about Funky, she was too scared to do it herself. She used you as the pawn, and because you're emotional and erratic and easy to manipulate, you went in talking about things you knew nothing about because you ain't been there long enough. And if you really got your eyes open, you will see that they're trying to replace you right before your eyes. Not Al, you.
Now, this is a statement that Funky Dineva released strictly to Tasha K, and I'm going to read it, and it reads as this. Tasha K, I never wanted any sort of adversarial relationship with you or any other person on social media. I don't take digs, throw shots or shade at you or any other YouTuber. And I honestly wish y'all would grant me the same courtesy. There is enough celebrity gossip out there for us not to be going at each other. That has been and will always be my position. With that being said, there are certain parts of your commentary that are flat out not true and speculative on your part at best. I've taken the liberty to correct those things. Now, what he's saying is if you guys see Tasha's commentary, then in the middle, he will jump in to interject what he feels is accurate. But listen to what Funky says. He says, outside of that, your commentary was pretty spot on. In all honesty, I'm glad y'all are starting to see why it was so easy for me to walk away from that show. Now, listen, y'all. I don't know what more y'all want, but it seems like Claudia Jordan is definitely messy and unprofessional. First, it was Funky Dineva. Now, we saw some friction there, but, we didn't really know what was really going on. But now we're seeing this play out again with Al Reynolds. Now, Claudia's history ain't been the greatest. She done been fired over and over again. Now here she is in this new space building or supposed to be rebuilding her life. And here we go with the same messy unprofessionalism. Now, Funky Dineva has pretty much stated that some of the stuff Tasha K said was not true. And he corrected it. Like he said, he never talked to her about his salary. But do you understand the stuff that she said about Claudia? He never interjected because Funky is confirming what Tasha has said about Claudia with her being messy and all of that. And he says this is the reason why it was so easy for him to walk away from that show. Now, y'all weigh in and let me know what y'all think. Down below, of course. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you enable your bell notification so you do not miss out on a video or when I go live.